TalkManRadio Fantasy Football Podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the TalkManRadio Fantasy Football Podcast. We're going to talk about the big deal today, Antonio Brown to the Raiders. I think it's a meh trade. I don't see a lot of upside for either of these teams. But let's get into it. We'll talk about the deal, the Steelers, what they got out of it, what the Raiders got out of it, and what, in my opinion, the outcome is going to be. And then today we're going to talk about, we're going to get into a little basketball afterwards. So stay tuned to that, or you can skip ahead as you see in the beginning. But let's get into the deal right now. So let's look at the deal that actually happened. These are the numbers and the draft picks. Okay, the Steelers get a third and a fifth round pick. You get two picks. Neither one of them are a first or a second. You're going to have to deal with a third and a fifth pick. But you just wanted the guy out of there anyway. He's a cancer in the locker room, all the shit that he's had, all the shit that happened last year, on top of all the things that have been happening over the last few years, throwing the crap out of the hotel room or whatever that was. He threw a chair out of the hotel room window, almost killed a kid. The shit with his... there's all kinds of things going on in there with all the crap that he's done over the last 2 years. But he leaves, they get a third and a fifth. He gets a new contract and a new team. He goes to the Raiders, who won, 4 games last year? Yeah, that was good. He gets a 3-year contract. They pay him $1 zillion. They got a superstar now, and a superstar wide receiver. But I don't know if did they need that? Did they need a superstar wide receiver? I mean, they had the Amari Cooper, who was pretty good. He wasn't. I'm not saying Amari Cooper is as good as Antonio Brown. I'm not saying that. I'm saying they had a good receiver. They upgraded the receiver. Would that have made a big difference last year? Were they going to the playoffs? No, they won 4 games. So let's look at how let's look at the Steelers first. Let's diagnose what happened here. Okay, you get rid of this guy. He's gone. No more locker room nonsense. No more stupid shit. You also lost Bell. That didn't have anything to do with this deal, but you lost your top wide receiver, you lost top running back. With the loss of Antonio Brown, let's look since 2013. 110, 129, 136, 106, 101, 104. And these last 3 seasons, he missed a game, and 2 games right here. Still went over 100 catches. Both years. Pretty much double-digit touchdowns. You get 9 one year, but every other year, 10, 13, 12. So you're losing that. Now, Smith-Schuster, is he ready to step in and take over 165, 182, 195 targets in a year? I'm not saying he is as good as Antonio Brown, or he can take over that role and get these targets and get these yards. I don't think he can. Maybe he can. We'll find out, obviously. But and you have James Conner in the backfield. He did well last year. So where does that put him? I say Smith-Schuster now. He's probably going to end up being like 3rd round pick in next year's draft, fantasy football draft. Probably somewhere around there. That's the upside for him. Connor's probably going to be a 2nd round pick. He caught some ball. Yeah, he had a fantastic season last year for where he was drafted. Are you kidding? He was drafted like the 15th round. So in terms of fantasy, Smith-Schuster and James Conner are going to be up there in top 2, the 2nd or 3rd round, in my opinion. That's what I think. So, but you lose Antonio Brown, you lose all this, and you don't even have Bell to come back and take over some of these targets, since he was a good pass catcher out of the backfield. So that's not good for the Steelers. Steelers are losing already. You gain with losing the cancer in the locker room, but you lose all this. Also, you lose $21 million in dead money. That money is just dead. You get nothing for it. So that means that all that money, that money they could have used instead of having him, and I get it, you had to get rid of the guy, but boom, that's a big hit on you. What's that going to do for you this year? How you bringing in free agents with $21 million in dead money? Roethlisberger's another year older. You think he's sticking around for 3 years? Yeah, let's do the rebuilding thing. No, I don't think so. So the Steelers, yeah, you're pretty much out of the playoffs now. I mean, the division's getting better. The Browns are going to be a good team this year, I think. We'll get into that later, but yeah, you're losing your best receiver and your best running back, and you got an aging quarterback who's not tough guy, but he doesn't stay tough enough to go through a 16-game schedule anymore, I don't think. They do have a good offensive line, I'll give them that. Their defense is top 12, maybe. They get a lot of sacks, but they give them a lot of big plays, too. So, yeah, I don't see the Steelers they're not going to be a better team without him. They'll be more cohesive in the locker room, maybe, but they're not going to be a better team without him. So you're looking at, what were they, 8-7-1 this year? You're looking at like 5 to 7 wins, somewhere around there. Maybe 8 if Roethlisberger stays healthy all year, the defense picks it up. But, yeah, that's what the Steelers are heading into next year with this going on. As for the Raiders, you get a number one wide receiver. You get, you're taking a lot of money out to give it to him. 3 years, $50 million. $30 million is guaranteed. There's a lot of incentives in there. But, okay, you're going to a team that's not very good. You're getting a lot of money. You're getting all the money you want. Is that all you really wanted? Just the money? Just give me fucking money? Give us the money, give me fucking money? That's all you wanted? Okay, then when the losing starts, I don't want to hear any shit. That's what I want the money. Here's the money. Okay, now I want the wins. And not only that, let's go through take a quick look at the Raiders' offense, because the defense we'll get into in a second. But let's go through the offense real quick. Let's see if anybody scares you. Now, we haven't gotten to the draft yet. We don't know who they're going to take. They got 3 first-round picks. They could hit on all of them, and they could all be superstars. Doubt it. Could happen, though. Atlanta picked 3 guys a couple years ago. They all worked well in the system on defense. The defense got really good. That propelled them, along with Matt Ryan and Shanahan, to a Super Bowl. The Raiders are not going to the Super Bowl. I know that. So let's just go into the offense first real quick. We got Keith Smith, the fullback. Scaring you yet? You scared? Carr, he's probably the best guy on offense. Second best guy now they have Brown. A.J. McCarron, what? Doug Martin, Jalen Richard, these guys scare you? Any of these fucking guys scare you? I don't think so. Doug Martin's fucking 30. Jalen Richard, I kind of liked him, but they don't want to use him. DeAndre Washington, they're all right. The offensive line getting older. Yeah, that's helpful. An older offensive line. They were good in the 2000 when they won 12 games. They were solid up and down. Now, just a bunch of jerk-offs. There you go. Here's your tight ends. Derek Carey. These guys, you scared yet? Scared any of these guys? Come on. Jared Cook, another old guy. And the wide receiver core, Marcel Aitman, Keon Hatcher, Jordy, another 33 years old. Jordy Nelson is 33. Seth Roberts, who I don't mind, actually. I think he's all right. But he's, all right, you add Antonio Brown to the mix. Okay, Jordy Nelson scare you? Not really. Seth Roberts, complimentary guy. I think, if he can play in the slot, I don't know. I'm not real up to date on what the Raiders were doing last year. I had Jordy Nelson on my team, and I was pissed off enough of that. But, no, none of these guys are really scary. So it's basically going to be Derek Carr to Antonio Brown the whole time. Mixing a little Jordy Nelson, some Cook here and there. the offensive line, when they give you time, maybe you get the pass off. But I don't see this being a good situation. They're gonna lean on Antonio Brown a lot, but once he starts going nuts, once he starts this shit, and what makes you think he's not gonna start this shit? Does the locker room look real strong here? You got any leaders? Who are the leaders in this locker room? Jordy Nelson, he's older than Antonio Brown. At least he's got a Super Bowl. But yeah, none of these guys. Who's the leader here? Derek Carr? He's gonna go in and tell Antonio Brown what to do? I don't know about that. And when the losing starts, then what? Last year was the first time we really saw Antonio Brown on a team that wasn't winning. The Steelers since 2013 was when he started really going nuts. They went to since 2013 to 18. Cross out the 18, just these 5 years, they were in the playoffs all 5 of those years. I'm pretty sure they went to the conference finals twice, I think, in those 5 years with Antonio Brown. Lost twice, but went there. I mean, this team was, this team was perennial 10-win, 11-win, 12-win team. What happens when he starts losing? Is he going to turn into? You think he's going to go up to the owner and listen? I'm here because I want to be a good team player and I want to rebuild this great franchise and organization. Put it on my shoulders. Let's do this. Start a whole new life here. You think the conversation's gonna go like that? Or you think he's gonna go something like hey yo, fuck y'all niggas. Fuck you too. Hey yo, fuck y'all niggas. Fuck you too. Okay, let's look at the defense real quick. Yards per game. They were seventh worst in yards per game. Now this could help Antonio Brown in terms of if you're going to draft him, he's still probably going to be a second-round pick. But the bad defense could actually be a help to him, being that they're going to be behind so much. Let's look at how bad they were against the pass. Here they are at 14. They let up 240 yards per game. And 36 touchdowns. Let's see where that ranks them. Number one, getting bombed on constantly. Okay. So they're getting hit for big yards, big touchdowns. Antonio Brown has to come back on the field. This could actually keep him very, very relevant in terms of a number one wide receiver. But he's got to stay healthy. I still see him as a second-round pick. There's too many other guys out there that had big years last year that are going to move up past him, like Michael Thomas. Interceptions, did they get any? They got a few. Where are they? Okay, they got 14 there. 14th in the league. Not very good in terms of the passing defense. Maybe the rushing defense is good. Maybe this will help. No, they stunk there too. 140 yards a game. What are you doing? You can just run on them, pass on them, do whatever you want to this team. So, yeah, this team's going to be letting up a lot of points unless they hit on their drafts because they're going defense on their draft. And we'll see what happens with that. I think this could be a help for fantasy Antonio Brown. Real-life Antonio Brown, I don't think he's going to like this one fucking bit. So, basically, I think the outcome of this is going to be nobody wins. Both of these teams are probably going to be 500 or below. I think the Raiders are going to win maybe 6 games with him in there. I mean, look at the division they're in. You got Kansas City, you got San Diego, or whoever the hell they are now, LA. And Denver's defense still isn't awful. And all the teams in the Steelers division are coming up as well, especially the Browns. Watch out. So I think this is going to be a wash. Both teams, unless Schuster and Connor come up huge and they can get that offense revving again at a high clip and the defense gets better, The defense is middle of the road a little bit. They had a lot of sacks, but they let up a lot of big plays. If the defense is any good, they would have won more than 8 games. So, I don't see this as being... It's a meh trade. I don't see it as, helping either one. You got rid of a cancer. You sent the cancer to another team and gave them cancer. Good job. So, LeBron James had an interview a few months back, and he said he thought he was the greatest of all time. And if I'm not mistaken, he said it because he beat Golden State that one time. He played them 3 times. Did he lose 2 other times? So I want to just focus on that part of the interview. So this guy says he beat one team one time and he's the greatest of all time. That's what that's the part of the interview I saw. So my guess is, well, that's his opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. In my opinion, it's very difficult to say who's better from one generation to another due to the different rule changes. Back in the old days, they didn't have 3-pointers. But everybody considers Michael Jordan, from the generation of baseball that I watched, the best player because he dominated everybody. You couldn't beat him. And on top of that, he was a great player. He was a 10-time scoring champ. LeBron did not. I think he won the scoring championship, once maybe? Twice? But, yeah, he comes out and says that, and I think people would probably have Jordan on their mind saying, hey, what are you talking about, dude? This guy won all these titles. When he made it to the finals, you knew he was winning. This guy, he makes it to the finals, maybe he'll win. 2011 was a fucking joke. And not only that, okay, you want to go with the MJ thing. What about Wilt? People forget, because it was so long ago, it was the 60s. That fucking guy did shit nobody's going to do. Nobody's going to do now. I don't care how good you are. 100 points in a game. He averaged 50 points one year, I think. He averaged over 20 rebounds a game multiple times. I'll put the stats up. You can take a look for yourself. Look at these stats. You want to go by, LeBron's stats are better. This guy's stats are better than both of them. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get this having to tell everyone you're the greatest of all time. Shouldn't people be saying that about you? Isn't that the way it works? I guess not nowadays. You got this entitled generation, maybe? I don't know. Oh, yeah. And Will Chamberlain once averaged over 48 minutes a game. And he always averaged over 40 minutes a game. Over 48 minutes a game. But anyway, so is it a generational thing that he could just walk around and say he's the greatest? I mean, like I said, I thought you had to go. I thought other people bestowed that on you. You don't bestow that on yourself. Am I the greatest podcaster? Well, maybe if I was 15 years younger, I could say that. But, I don't get it. I think it's a generational thing. Let me know if I'm wrong. So, leave a like, comment, TalkManRadio on Twitter. Leave a comment what you think about the deal. If you think I'm right or wrong about the Steelers, think I'm right or wrong about the Raiders, what do you think I'm right or wrong about the outcome of what it's going to be? It's going to be a wash for both of them. Or LeBron saying he's the greatest. Either way, TalkMan Radio on Twitter. We're going to have a website up soon, so it's going to be TalkManRadio.com unless somebody takes it. But that's it.
Hey, thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow TalkMan Radio on Facebook and Twitter. And kill that like button and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget, everyone's team sucks but mine.